Hello and welcome. See, I don't know. I honestly don't know what the delay is between OBS and YouTube. But I got my chat popped out. I could hold up fingers and then wait to see when the finger pops up. Okay, so I'm actually going to do that. What's a 9? I don't know. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 30! It's like 30 seconds! Oh my gosh! That's the one thing I don't like about OBS. Is that delay? Hey, Clarinda, how you doing? So, I just finished my foot. Ooh. Oh. Well, I'm glad you're good, but hello. Ooh, death code sitting at top. So I'm actually gonna read these all upright. I know I do that a lot. Ooh, that's interesting. So death and judgment are the cards. These are the patron cards of this reading. Notice the dark purple, blues, and the ominous reds. Hey, Zelda. So I wanted to come back, and I was like, what do I want to do though? Ooh, 10 of Cups sitting at the bottom of the deck though. Love that. And I'm just gonna do a bunch of Sun, Moon, Rising. I do. I'm gonna do a bunch of Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm gonna take these all upright and just keep saying it for all the ascension process. I don't even know. Like, this is 30 seconds behind, so I don't even know what I said. But death and what was I saying? I don't know. But I did my little foot soaking meditation. Oh, you just sang that line. I did my little meditation, and at the end of it, my head started to hurt. And I'm like, wow, so we are expanding upstairs. And it still kind of hurts a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. So how this is going to work is, excuse me. Okay, Zelda, I got you. Drive safely. Oof. Okay, all of these just like came out. What card is this? Oh, the 10 of Cups. Okay. Well, this 10 of Cups is very disruptive. So that's a whirlwind story. That was continued from our messenger's chat about your teeth. Oh, gotcha, Clarinda. All right. I'm a little slow today. Right. I've changed my shirt. Oh, there's the world. You see that? Can you see it? We have the world and the 8 of Wands. But the 8 of Wands is in reverse. Boom. Okay. Sending Archangel Michael for safe travels. Alright, so this is basically how this is going to work. I am going to... Oof, I did not think this through all the way. So basically, I'm going to run through the zodiac really quick. I'm going to try to. And I want to do a Sun, Moon, Rising. And then I'll do like the energies around it. And I want to do an Oracle card. And I know exactly which deck I want to use. I've got the world at my back. I've got the ground under my feet. My head's in the clouds. There's no height that I can't reach. I've got my soul on shine. And I know that it'll all be fine. I don't know what that is, by the way. It's just words that came to my head. One moment, please. I'm sorry. Oof, I can't even reply. I don't know if y'all can see that, but my keyboard won't even show up. So. Oh. Okay, alright, so this is what we're going to do. I'm so sorry for the distraction. Okay, now you're driving. You're Virgo, Cancer rising, Aquarius moon. Aquarius. Just an update, they said the virus is... What? The virus is being passed by gas pump handles now. Use gloves or wash your hands. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. For the sun, I'm going to pull the court card associated with the element. So it is going to be the knight for mutable, the queen for cardinal, and the king for fixed. And then the element is the element. And then for the moon, I'm going to pull the major arcana card associated with it. And then for the rising, I'm going to do either the 2 for cardinal, 5 for fixed, or the 8 for mutable. And then I'm going to look at the card that comes out before it and the card that comes out after it. And to make this go a little quicker, I'm going to be reading the deck from bottom to top. And I'm going to note the first card out and then I guess the last card out. And so, hey, I am now. Oof. Okay, alright, so I am delaying. But give me 1 second because there is something I want to check really quick. Like, so the moon, guys. What is the moon? Because Cancer is the chariot. Is the moon just the moon? Cancer is the chariot. Pisces is the high priestess. So I don't know what I'm going to do for the moon. I don't think it matters. I think I'll figure it out as I go. Oh man, how long is this? I ain't even started yet. Leo, Mercury, Venus, and Mars. That's a lot of Leo energy. I would do like a growl, but I don't have it in me. Numa, yay. Da 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 da, right inside and day. Da 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 da. Maya, 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 Maya. Did anyone else? Was anyone else about that life? Okay, here we go. Key 2. Oh no, this is so unfortunate. What? How did that happen? How did I just go all the way back to the beginning of the book? I don't understand. I don't understand how that happened. Why is it doing that? Oh, why are you messing with me today? Okay, so this is saying, alright, so, okay, alright, I'm just gonna go with it because this is not being helpful. I think I'm low-key returning to my masculine energies, maybe. I think I see a break from the feminine energies coming up, and I am so excited. I feel like I can breathe a little bit. I feel like I should be a little bit more on an even keel when it comes to my emotions. And things are moving. Okay, so I'm just going to start this. And I'll still do that. Alright, so we're going to start with Aries sign. And I'm just going to run through it. So this is probably going to be a little boring and not the most interactive. Maybe there's somebody in your life who you can cross-watch for. I don't know. And I was just thinking about it, and I was like, with all of the general messages, how exactly do you cross-watch? Because it's like, Like, I can speculate what somebody is going through, but I'm not that person to really say if I know if it's resonating or not. You know what I mean? I was just thinking about it as I was going to fill up the tub to soak my feet for the meditation. You'll be safe, Zelda, I believe. Thank you, Clorinda. But yeah, I'm like, how do you know if it resonates for somebody else? Let me stop. I feel like my shadow is like creeping up a little bit, and it wants to make like these little snide comments, and I'm just like, no, we're not gonna go there. But yeah, I was just like, how do you know if it resonates for somebody else if you're not that person? Unless they like tell you about it. But then at that point it's like, well, aren't you just like talking to the person? I don't know. Anyway, let's get this started. I am going to begin with Aries, and this is why I'm on OBS. No, I have not fixed the borders for these yet, and no, I'm probably not going to do it. So I'm going to cut this in 3, and then I am going to begin. We're going to do the sun first. So I am going to be looking for the Queen of Wands. Oof, this is going to take a while. Oh, the first card out. I forgot. So the first card out for Aries Sun is Judgment. That's interesting, right? He is always with you, lovely. Exactly. Zelda Clorinda just said Archangel Michael is always with you. I was like, wait, you can't see that. Okay. Ooh, I just saw the Emperor followed by the World, so that's interesting. And I did say I'm taking all of these upright. But the only things I'm not taking upright. And here's the Queen of Wands. Ooh. Okay. Well, she was in reverse, but I'm not reading her in reverse. And so left at the bottom is Strength. That's interesting. So you have Judgment and Strength sort of presiding over this. If you are an Aries Sun, whatever the situation is, I guess this is going to be relevant, hopefully relevant messages for now. And so behind the Queen of Cups is this, behind the Queen of Wands is the Six of Cups. And then the Queen of Wands, of course. And then this Knight of Swords. And so Aries Sun, this is interesting energy. And I'm just going to pull an oracle from the middle of the deck because I don't feel like shuffling. And y'all got the Crown Portal, which is number 8. It's Divinity, Unity, and Separation. So we have Judgment, we have Strength, the Crown Portal, Six of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. I feel like someone has found out something about the past. Or they've healed something from the past. There's this energy, there's a realization with this Judgment. There's a realization that Aries Sun is getting from the deep past. And if like you have an Aries moon arising and the sun resonates or whatever, then take it. I don't know. Now that I think about this, like I could have just recorded this, not live. But it's fine. So if you want to chill with me, feel free to chill with me. If you want to go, no offense. But yeah, it's like there was this realization, this revelation from the deep past. And this is interesting because the Knight of Swords is one of the fastest knights in the deck, but he's not moving. He's standing there. And I did want to use one of the decks that I don't use the most. I think somebody is shook. Somebody, it's like someone sees it now, but they don't know how to proceed forward with it. They don't know what it's for. They don't know what it means. The good side is I feel like you've healed something from the past, so that could have been some inner child healing. Judgment sometimes with this double mirror, judgment sometimes could be something that we do to ourselves. And maybe we were judging these past situations. And it's like seeing noticing what we saw accurately, maybe something that we didn't see accurately. Maybe we were wearing rose tinted glasses, and now it's like things aren't actually as good as we thought they were, or things weren't as bad as we thought they were. But either way, we don't necessarily know what that means. But we are changed by it. And with this crown portal here, I think this is a call to go within and to meditate a little bit. Seek an answer from above if you don't know how to proceed with it. Because there's almost like this like it's almost like an oh. Because it's like, wait, if this is true, or if I didn't see this right, then what does that mean about this thing over here? And maybe you weren't even focused on the truth that you got. Maybe you were looking for a different truth. But it's like you were asking about C, but then you find out about A. And so you're confused because you still don't know what to do about C. But then while you're sitting there holding this, it's like, wait, so if I know this about A, then that changes how I look at B. And if I want D to happen, knowing what I know about B now because I found out about A, and knowing where I'm going with D, like, what does that say about C? I feel like there's just like this very roundabout answer that you've got, or there's like some roundabout information. And what is the advice? Let me pull out another deck so I can get some advice, because if these are just like problems, then what other deck don't I use too often? Oh, I know, the Wild Unknown. I love this deck. It's a shame I don't use it more. What is this? What is that? What was that? What is that? Oh, the Normans. I hardly use those either. Okay, alright. Can you just give me this deck, please? Or do you have to make this difficult? Thank you! It's a shame that I don't use this deck more, because I absolutely adore this deck. Oh, that's what I should have did. I should upload stories for the different zodiacs. This is my storytelling deck. If you remember the story about the High Priestess sitting at the top. Love that. High Priestess sitting at the top. She's like, yeah, this was a good decision. Now, these can come out upright or in reverse. I'm not going to do these upright only. But what is some clarity? Because I feel like that is just confusing and doesn't answer anything. Any clarity, please, for this? Like, what do we do with this? Where do we go? If you don't give me anything until, I'm going to pull two from the middle. Okay, there we go. Oh, and then two came out. All right, so left at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Wands in reverse. So, yeah, you definitely don't know how you can turn this into a victory. There's the Tower in the reverse and the Mother of Pentacles in reverse. So I feel like the advice here is to not be changed by it. That's interesting. So maybe you found something out that changes the way you see somebody, and you're thinking more about the information that you found out rather than the person. And so maybe this is going to be so long. How long have I been talking about this? We got to do this quicker. We got to do this quicker. You know what? I'm going to do all of the suns first. No, because then never mind. But it's like maybe you found something out about a different person, and now it's like your opinion of that person has shifted, and so you don't know what you should do about that. But it's like, instead of just allowing your opinion to be changed, maybe also consider the space that they were in, because then that might introduce a little bit more, it might give you a little bit more of a direction. And that might be what this strength is about. It's the strength to put like your personal feelings aside and to maybe take a second to wonder how this other person is feeling, potentially. All right. So I'm going to cut this, shuffle this. These are upright only. Oof. Maybe. And I'm going to do 3 of these. And then I'm going to be looking for the Emperor for Aries Moon. 10 of Cups is the first card out. Interesting. Okay. Aries Moon. Oof. 10 of Cups followed by the 7 of Cups, the Lovers in reverse, and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That's interesting. Not that it means anything. All right, looking for the Emperor. Looking for the Emperor. The Emperor. Come on, here he is. Okay, all right. Ooh, love that. So then at the bottom of the deck is the Chariot in reverse, but I'm going to take it upright. So we have the 10 of Cups and the Chariot. So Aries Moon is... And then I do want to note that the High Priestess was the last card left in this stack upright. So it's like Aries Moon, I feel like you know what you want and you are ready to go for it. Aries Moon is ready to... Look at this. Look at this. Aries Moon is ready to move. Okay, I don't even think I need a clarifier for this. I'm going to take this card. Oof. So Aries Sun had the crown chakra. Aries Moon has the third eye, which is interesting. And the High Priestess was right there, right? The third eye is all about perception. Third eye is vision, clairvoyance, and clarity, and confusion. And it's number 39. The confusion is like when it's out of balance. Oof, now the star is at the bottom of the deck. That's interesting. I don't think I'm going to have to necessarily pull any clarifiers for this, because we have the Knight of Wands and the Six of Wands. Right? Okay. See, it gets a little confusing when I'm using this. So Aries Moon. There we go. You got the Knight of Wands, then the Emperor, and then the Six of Wands. Somebody is definitely ready to make a move on somebody. And somebody is so sure that this person is the one. And I don't think you're going to be able to convince them otherwise. Clarify this, please. Just one card. I don't feel like this needs clarification. You know what? This doesn't need clarification, so I'm not going to clarify it. But at the bottom of the deck is the 7 of Cups in reverse. So definitely, like, the one is facing the sun. Somebody believes they've seen the one, and they are not going to be convinced otherwise, and they may be ready to move. So if you know an Aries Moon and they got feelings for you, they may be ready to move on you. And oof, I can't even imagine an Aries Moon. Oof, my Venus is in Aries and I can barely imagine that. All right, so now we're going to move on. That was quick. I like that one. Now we're going to move on to Aries Rising. So for Aries Rising, I'm going to be looking for the 2 of Wands. So true. Hey Zoda, I hope you are still doing. I don't hope. I'm just giving you a little shout out. Okay. So, first card out is the Emperor for Aries Rising. For Aries Rising is the Emperor. So, Aries Rising, if you got your eye on somebody, you might want to take that last message too. I don't know. Followed by the 10 of Cups. Of course, it's followed by the 10 of Cups. Okay, who am I looking for again? The 2 of Wands. All right. In this deck, though, I gotta look because I'm not used to them. So for some of these, I'm gonna have to like really be like, did I just miss that card? But somebody is really taking charge. Oof, and now my heart is like, if you're Aries Rising, somebody also may be coming towards you. Because I feel like that feeling is more of a like, that's like more of a, ooh, like, is this person like moving? It's more of that than like, oh yeah, I'm about to go in and they're not going to see what's coming. I'm going to sweep them off their feet. I'm going to be so gosh darn charming. Like the most charming I've ever been in my life. And no one will be able to convince me otherwise. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, wow. Well, This is interesting. So I'm only going to take these upright, right? There were literally 4 cards left. The whole deck is on the table. Left at the top is the 10 of Pentacles. So somebody might definitely be chasing you. And it's funny that now the Emperor is coming out with the 10 of Pentacles, and it was with the 10 of Cups last time. There's the 10 of Cups right there. But I have the Ace of Swords, and then there's 2 of Wands, which is for the Aries rising, and then the Hangman. And left is the 2 of Swords in reverse. So I'm going to take this upright. So we have the Emperor and the 2 of Swords. So I feel like similar energy to Aries moon. But if this is about you moving, I don't know if it's going to happen. Because with this Hangman and this Ace of Swords and then the 2 of Swords right here, that's 3 swords. Let's see. I do want to give this a little bit of something. Then I'll pull this one. So we have contemplation. So yeah. Aries rising. Your moon or your sun may not be in a fire sign. Your moon could be, or your moon or sun, your moon. Aries rising, your moon could be like in Libra or like Capricorn. There's like an earth feel. Maybe also in like Scorpio. Because I feel like Scorpio, like if you're approaching somebody, I feel like Scorpio, like I feel like that's the energy of like really analyzing something in somebody to make sure it makes sense. But also like maybe your Venus is like in retrograde or in detriment somehow. I don't know. Why am I trying to put planets on this? That's not a planet thing. You might just be a little shy, even though you're an Aries rising. So, yep, Earth, that's me. Oh. Okay. Yeah, you do have an Earth moon. And I said, your moon is in Capricorn, isn't it? I think it is. And I was like, maybe your moon is in like Libra or Capricorn. Because I feel like there's this energy of like, I want to know that this makes sense. And then the card that came out is contemplation, silence, knowing, and releasing control. So 7. Okay, so maybe that's sort of what's blocking this a little bit. Because with the 10 of Pentacles, I feel like there's definitely, between the Emperor and the 10 of Pentacles, I feel like there's definitely vision for something that could work long term. But with the Hangman and the Ace of Swords, it's exactly this contemplation energy. It's exactly this contemplation energy. And it's funny that this is the 2 of Wands, right? Okay, I'm going to need something for this. So I'll give it 7. And if nothing comes out, I will pull. There it is. King of Swords, the Father of Swords. Okay. That does nothing. That does nothing. Oh, okay. So, all right. So, I feel like you may be in your head about this. Still on Aries? Yeah, Zelda, I'm still on Aries. I feel like you may be in your head about this. But it's like, there's this. This is like focus, and this is like shifting your perspective. And it did say like releasing control, right? And it's interesting. So I just pulled the King of Swords with the Ace of Swords, which is 2 of Swords. And then with this 2 of Swords, you see how they're like hooked together? Like there's no pulling it apart. So maybe it is more of the energy of like, take what you know, step back, flip it on yourself, and like release control of the situation. Because I feel like there's no pulling these 2 swords apart. And with this Emperor energy ruling over it, maybe it's like too much control. Too much control for the situation, maybe. And so, kind of like I said when I first pulled it out, I was like, if you're like an Aries rising, then maybe this person is coming towards you. Especially if you're not going to move towards the other person, or if you can't move towards the other person. I think this is like, it's saying to like take a step back. Because, one second. Oh, I think she's spraying like, my mom is spraying like stuff in the air. I'm like, what? That smells like some kind of cleaning something. Okay. But yeah, I feel like this is like waiting gracefully, but not doing something. So I'm going to pull something. I'll give this 5. If nothing comes out, I'll pull from the bottom. There we go. Okay. 5 of Swords in reverse. So yeah, I think this is definitely saying don't push the situation. Take a step back, chill out, get a coloring book, relearn your ABCs, read a book, go outside, do something you enjoy. Try to get your mind off of the situation and focus on something that's a little bit more productive. Because I feel like with this King of Swords, it's almost like the King of Swords is now saying like there are better things for you to be focusing on, or worrying about. Like, don't just sit there and let your mind run idle. Like, do something with it. King of Swords, like self-improvement, something like that. I think that's what's going on for the Aries rising. Being an Aries rising, I feel like it has to be tough. Because, like, if you're not an Aries sun or an Aries moon, then it's like, unless you have some move in your chart somewhere else, then it's just like, yeah, 9 of Swords in reverse. Don't overthink this to death. But unless you got like move in your chart somewhere else, then it's like people think that you're gonna move. And so if someone's waiting on you to move, and you're waiting on them to move, so nobody moves. I don't know. That's interesting. Okay. I hope something in there resonated. I feel like one of the things I don't like is like when I pull cards and it's like, okay, you just told me what the situation is. I already knew what the situation was. What am I supposed to do? And you're like, oh, I don't know. This is on you. So finally out of Aries and now into Taurus. And we're going to start with Taurus Sun. How long is it? It's been half an hour and I'm just now moving to Taurus. This is going to be so long. Okay, we're going to speed this up. Please, let's speed this up somehow. Or just be with me here all night. Because it's 10:23. No, it's 9:23. Fun fact, my laptop is an hour ahead of the time where I'm at, and I ordered a pizza yesterday to pick it up in half an hour. But I forgot that my laptop is an hour and a half ahead, so that turned into an hour. I forgot that my laptop is an hour ahead, so it turned into an hour and a half wait for the pizza. But the pizza was good when we got it, so it was a little greasy. So, Taurus Sun, first card out is the Ace of Swords. I love how we're like, there's like this theme. Taurus Sun, so we're going to be looking for the King of Pentacles, and he's right there. Oof, okay. Ooh. All right. That's interesting. Left at the bottom of the deck, of course, is the Emperor. Like I didn't just shuffle these. I did shuffle these, y'all. I promise. I shuffled and I cut it. And then I cut it again. In like threes. So, what we have left here is the 8 of Wands in reverse for Taurus Sun. I'm just noting that, not taking it. I do want to pull one of these. Might as well pull one of these right now. Okay. Oof. All right. So I think this is interesting because Taurus Sun, there are 2 aces in the mix. So the overalls, we have the Ace of Swords and the Emperor. I'm not really surprised that this came out for Taurus because I feel like Taurus likes a certain amount of control. I have a Taurus moon and rising, so honestly, like, I'm the type of person where if I want to do something, I'm going to do it. And so if I'm with a group of people and they want to do something that I'm not doing, I'm still going to do what I want to do. Like one time I went to dinner with some friends and I told one of my friends before we invited anybody else, I was like, I am going to this dining court that requires a walk because I looked at the menu and that's what I want. And so when we met up with everybody else, there was a consensus to go to the closest dining court, which was like right there. And I was like, well, I'm still going to go to the one that I want to go to. And they were like, really? And I was like, yeah. And so I went to eat by myself, and I don't have no problem with that. And they went to eat where they wanted to eat. So, yeah. But so Taurus Sun, you have the Ace of Wands, the Four of Wands, sitting on side of this Daddy of Pentacles. I love the Daddy of Pentacles. Look at him. I mean, that's the King of Pentacles, but I call him the Daddy of Pentacles. So this is 5 wands. 5 wands, 1 sword, and the Emperor. I feel like with this, I think something is changing. And then the Oracle card that came out, one second, is Transformation. Oop. Oof. Okay. Let me let her know I'm live right now. Oof. And it's gonna be long. This is gonna be like a 5-hour video. No, it's gonna be 6 hours because it's taken me an hour to get through 2 signs. So the Oracle card that came out is number 41, Transformation, Metamorphosis, Synchronicity, and the Unexpected. I think, and the only reason why I'm really getting here, oh no, there's a few reasons why. This 8 of Wands is in reverse. And with that 8 of Wands in reverse, I feel like, and I know, so let me clarify. So the only cards that I'm reading as upright are the card that comes out first, the last card, and the cards around whatever the card I'm looking at is, and also the Oracle card. So like cards from the clarifying deck and cards left at the top of the pile, I can take in reverse. And so I feel like there's been this realization. I feel like Taurus Sun has gotten some information that changes everything. And I feel like because the way these are held in my hand, or the way that they're laid out. Oh, let me see if I can do this. I feel like Taurus Sun. Come on. There we go. I feel like Taurus Sun is leaning towards not doing something new. I feel like with the Ace of Swords and this Ace of Wands, I think Taurus wants something new. Now, if this is a relationship, and I feel like this is so uncharacteristic of Taurus, but I think a spark might be dying in this relationship. And I think Taurus might be wanting something different. Your DM is a Taurus. Okay. Yeah. I feel like something is dying somewhere. I feel like Taurus is getting bored. And it's not that Taurus is necessarily bored, but it's like Taurus sees something, Taurus remembers something. Taurus has a lot of time on their hands because we're social distancing and self-quarantining and stuff like that. And your North Node is Taurus. Interesting. But I feel like Taurus is realizing that they want something that they don't have. But everything that they're already in keeps them from going after it. And because Taurus is Taurus, Taurus is going to choose to stay in this situation that they're in. And so I feel like there may be a little bit of, it's almost like the energy of someone being present physically, but mentally and emotionally, they're like somewhere gone. And I don't think they're actually going to act on anything necessarily. Like, this is general. So some of them might be cheating. I don't know. But I think they're the type of person to like stay in a situation if they're in a situation. Like, if they committed to something, they're going to stay committed to something, even if they don't want to be. But they might actually leave because transformation is the card that came out. I feel like Taurus has changed. That's what this Ace of Swords and Ace of Wands is about. Taurus has changed. But they don't, I feel like they're not good with change. And they don't know how to just like walk away from something. Let's see if they will. I'm going to give it 3, and then give me a card, please. 1, 2, 3. Okay, well, I got a whole bunch of cards. I'm just going to look at them real quick. So, Father of Cups in reverse, 7 of Cups in reverse, 7 of Pentacles in reverse, and the Fool upright. This person may actually move. This person with the Father of Cups in reverse, I feel like they are emotionally withdrawing. And it's not that they're necessarily like emotionally cheating. It's just like their heart isn't in it anymore. And then with the 7 of Cups and the 7 of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this is them definitely knowing that what they want isn't here. And this feels like a situation that they've put a lot of time into because the 7 of Pentacles did come out. But with this Fool, I think they're actually going to do it. I think they're going to leave. Or they're going to make some kind of change. And like, this is a Taurus, right? So this crazy change could, like, depending on the person, this crazy change could be like, you know what? I think I want to change the colors of the walls. Because something about these walls just... I'm looking at these walls and I'm seeing them as like a paisley color. Is paisley a color? Paisley isn't a color. What is paisley? Paisley is like a thing, right? Hey Siri, what is paisley?
Paisley or paisley pattern is an ornamental textile designed using the Bada or Buddha, a teardrop-shaped motif with a curved pepper in. Would you like to hear more?
No, thank you. So, yeah, paisley is a pattern. Oof. Who won? Okay. So maybe that's why there's this conflict, because somebody else is like, paisley? No way. No. Paisley? No. But Taurus is just like, I really want paisley. I'm feeling paisley. And the other person is like, oh, paisley is like hideous and it does not fit this room. But it's going to be paisley. So, and you might go for paisley and then you find out, oh yeah, no, this doesn't look right. But in my mind, I had a different vision of it. Maybe. I'm spending way too long on these. But yeah, I think Taurus Sun wants to make some kind of change in their life. And it kind of sort of goes against the stability and structure that they already have in place. Like, the major of Taurus is the Hierophant, right? Imagine you go to church and someone's like, hey, yeah, so we're going to be following a different religious text now. And you're like, wait, what? What do you mean? Okay. So, boom, boom. And I'm going to be looking for the Hierophant. Knight of Swords is the first card that comes out for Taurus Moon. What does the Hierophant even look like in this deck? I don't remember. But I know what it doesn't look like. Oh, I know what the Hierophant looks like. I know exactly what the Hierophant looks like. This is me, the Hierophant. Let's see what comes out, y'all. Oh, I just saw the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups both in reverse, but Judgment is upright though. Ooh, Two of Cups upright. All right. Ooh, okay. This is. Ooh, okay. This is interesting. What is happening? I don't want to read myself. Oh, I don't want to read myself. Oh, I don't want to read myself. Oh. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different because there's two. There are two piles because I didn't consolidate them and I don't feel right setting one on top of the other. Okay, so for Taurus Moon, BRB. Okay, Clarinda. Yeah, this is just going to be like extremely long and probably boring, so I'm sorry. Hey, Zelda. Just giving you a shout out. So, for Taurus Moon, we have the Magician, the Hierophant, of course, Taurus Moon, and the Ten of Wands. So, the Magician and the Ten of Wands is very interesting. And then for the two cards left, first card out was the Knight of Swords. Last card in the deck, or in the pot, yeah, last card in the deck was the Two of Wands. First pile is the Two of Cups upright. Second pile is this Eight of Swords in reverse. The Oracle card is, boom. Oracle card is Illumination, number 23. Expression, positivity, and joy, inspiration. This is interesting because this Knight of Swords is here. So I'm just going to try to keep this short. I think Taurus Moon was meant... Okay, so Taurus is the Hierophant, right? So Miyoshi is on a break from readings right now. So that's why she's not here. She's chilling. She's at home. So I feel like Taurus Moon has been manifesting a commitment. Long-term commitment. A significant commitment. Because we have the Two of Cups up there. We have two twos. Two of Cups, Two of Wands. So somebody was definitely... So the thing about a Taurus Moon is it's not the sun, right? So you have these other influences. But the moon is our desire. The moon is our drive. So somebody was stuck on something or somebody. Like, you are it for me. I knows it. I made this. I made a call. I made a call to this random payphone, and you picked it up. So hey, like, let's do it. But depending on what the sun and the other placements are, that's when it's like, is this person actually going to move? Because, like, emotionally, I feel like Taurus Moon is set on something or somebody. But there's this interesting energy here between the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Swords in reverse. So I feel like this was definitely... Ooh! And behind the Eight of Swords in reverse is the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So maybe there was a time where things were moving, but then it's like over time, it's like the wheel is sticky and it's rolling through stuff. Anything. It's like you were paving a road, but it's like one of those, it's interesting because there's like tar down to pave the road, but then there's like a bunch of rocks. And so it's like you put tar down, you put the rocks in, you let the rocks stick to the tar, and then you steamroll it so that it looks like a brick road, but it's like a bunch of rocks, but it's like flat. But it's like you started driving on it before it was dry. And so now the wheel is moving through this, and it's like it's picking up all these rocks, right? And some of the rocks are like puncturing the wheel a little bit. Let's do it, homie. It's like, and I think that's why the wheel had to slow down, because the wheel is like, hold on, wait. You're moving a little bit too fast. But I feel like there was this recognition with this Knight of Swords. And this Knight of Swords, like with the Knight of Swords going into the Two of Wands, I feel like this Knight of Swords was like, I am not going to just sit here and stare at this. I'm going to go after it. But between, and the reason why I'm saying like there were rocks that got stuck in the wheels, because I feel like these 10 wands are what like halted the wheel. And now we're in like, and the reason why it happened is like somebody was like 8 of Swords trapped. Maybe, I don't think it was somebody. I feel like there were things that needed to be worked on. And so this could be on both sides. It was like the timing wasn't right. And so the wands had to be sorted through, because 10 wands is way too many. The swords had to be sorted through. The blindfold had to be taken off. Other things needed to be done with this magician to really make this like long lasting. And then illumination, right? Expression, positivity, and joy, and inspiration. So I feel like somebody was I feel like Taurus Moon was definitely inspired. And maybe that's why Taurus Moon was moving so quickly. And so the advice here, I don't need any cards. The advice is to, like, in this moment of pause, work on whatever you need to work on. If Taurus Moon, you saw something and you knew that that was for you, that could be an opportunity, that could be anything. But all of a sudden, it's like you were working towards it, but then you stop. It's like, there's a reason why it stopped. And with the Knight of Swords, find out the reason and work on that. Because it's like the way that he's looking into that sword so intently, he's looking into his reflection. So it's like you came upon something magnificent, but it reflected something back to you that you need to work on. And so that's what you need to work on, Taurus Moon. Okay, I pulled a few cards. I'm just going to give this a quick little this. I'm going to put these back in the deck, shuffle it up, and we're going to get to Taurus Rising. This is going to be so long. I think I'm only going to do Aries through Virgo today. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do Leo through Pisces another day. Maybe tomorrow, probably tomorrow. Because this is going to be way too long. Actually, I might just do the first 3. Then I can do it in 4. Because I don't want this to be like a 5-hour video. I don't want that. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Because what time am I at right now? Right now, I'm at 52 minutes. Okay, yeah. So I'm just going to do the first 3. And then for the last few minutes, we'll have fun. We'll interact. We'll do something. I don't know. Y'all let me know. Okay. All right, so I'll do this. I'll do this. And now I'm going to be looking for this is Taurus. I'm going to be looking for the 5 of Pentacles. Ooh, first card out. Knight of Swords in reverse. So I'm going to put that up right. No, that's the King. Oh my gosh. The King and the Queen of Swords are the first 2 cards at the top of the deck. So I feel like this is, again, kind of sort of working off of Taurus Moon a little bit. Even though that was the Knight. So with this Taurus, Taurus Rising, this may be someone that you have a little bit more history with. Because there's definite, like, they're looking at each other. There's some definite recognition here. Or maybe not. I feel like I want to pull both. I'm going to pull both of them. I know I'm cheating, but hey. I mean, the King came out and his Queen was right behind him. They're a united force. I can't just take one of them. But I'm looking for the 3 of Pentacles. Okay. I don't remember what the 3 of... No, the 5. The 5 of Pentacles. And I know what that looks like. Or is that the 5 of Cups? No, that is the 5 of Pentacles because I just saw the 5 of Cups. Nice. Let's try to do this nice and quick. Let's try to do this nice and quick. Oh, that's the star. I was like, that ain't it. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Oof. This is interesting. I think I'm going to keep doing it this way. Okay, so at the top of the cards before I found these is the Three of Cups. Is the Two of Swords. It was the Three of Cups, but the Three of Cups fell. So it's going to be the Three of Cups and the Two of Swords. Somebody already can't make a decision. Maybe somebody can't decide if like they want to advance the relationship or if they want to just stay friends. At the bottom of the deck is the Nine of Swords. So we got the King and the Queen of Swords, and then we have the Nine of Swords. We have the Two of Swords sitting under the Three of Cups, and then the Five of Wands left in this little pile. So there's a lot of conflict. And then around this is interesting. We have 11 swords because we have 9 swords plus 2 swords, which is a Two of Swords energy, a decision that needs to be made. And then we have 11 wands because we have the 7 of Wands plus the 4 of Wands. Is that the 4 of Wands? This is the 4 of Cups. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I don't know why I thought that was the 4 of Wands. I saw 4. And I was like, oh, 7 plus 4 is 11. And then we have the 5 of Pentacles, of course, for Taurus rising. So, I think someone here was also meditating. It's like someone here made the same... Wait, I didn't pull an oracle. I have emotional freedom. Okay, this is interesting with 12. Vulnerability, flowing, and rebalancing. So emotional freedom is the oracle card that came out here. And so this feels like, because the way these are, the 5 of Pentacles is looking towards the 7 of Wands and looking away from the 4 of Cups. But yeah, I don't know. This seems like there's an opportunity within your field that you didn't take. So if this is about a person, it's like you have this friend in your life who has become really important to you. And now you're looking at this person like, are we like, is there potential here for us to be more than just friends? I feel like you mesh really, 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 really well together. Because the King and the Queen came out together. So it's like you line up in a lot of ways. But with the Two of Swords sitting right under this Three of Cups, and then with this Nine of Swords, but it's interesting how I set them out because they're not looking at each other. And I did it this way because the King came out first and then the Queen came out, so I set the Queen on top of the King. And so now they're not looking at each other. And she's looking at the Nine of Swords. There are a lot. The only male on the table right now is the King. So maybe there's someone that you're not seeing who can assist you in some way. This could be any kind of partnership, romantic, business. Since we're dealing with the swords, maybe it's like it's someone who's really good at like planning things, or like if the type of business that you do is a little bit more like creative or upper level. Right, like maybe there's some kind of change that you want to see in your life or in your business, and it's like you're racking your brain thinking about how you can implement these changes. Something needs to change somewhere, and it's like the answer is like right behind you, but you're not looking at it. And I feel like with these two, there's this energy of like someone would rather go it alone and do it alone because they don't want to have to reach out for help. Okay, so this is different. This is different. With the 5 of Wands and the 9 of Swords, I feel like someone's in a situation where they need some help. And with this 4 of Cups and this 5 of Pentacles, I feel like this is something that, and with the 9 of Swords again, it's like something that you've been thinking about for a while. And you're in this space of like doing it on your own. That's probably why you're a Taurus rising. That's why people think you're stubborn, Because you look stubborn. You read Taurus. You read stubborn, and then people are like stubborn Taurus because that's all people think about Taurus. And I also have a Taurus rising, so hey. Is there an area where I could use some help that I'm not asking for? Oh yeah, probably. There's a whole bunch of stuff that I need to take care of that I've been like procrastinating on. Oops. And then my professor was like, "Oof, okay. Mother of Cups just came out. Cups. Mother of Pentacles just came out. When I was trying to shuffle, it just like came out. And then what is this? And then the Daughter of Pentacles came out in reverse. When I brought all the cards together. Left at the bottom of the deck is the Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse, Four of Cups upright. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like there's a situation where somebody needs some help. And I feel like it may be pretty obvious that you're sort of doing everything that you can do on your own, but you are not reaching out. It's like you are racking your brain. And with the Five of Wands, it's almost this energy of like you're trying to do too much. And that's why you're in this conflict. But with this emotional rebalancing, this is interesting, though. Because if this isn't about love, if this is about just like somebody... Oh, I think there may be some issues of like pride or ego or something here. Right? It's either pride, ego, or a self-love issue. There's some self-issue that's keeping this person from moving forward. And I feel like they, like with the Mother of Pentacles upright and the Daughter of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like this is someone like feeling that they should be able to do this. Like, why am I stuck? Why is this taking me so long? Like, I should be able to do this. This is easy with the Mother of Pentacles. But with the Daughter of Pentacles in reverse, it's like there's something simple that you're not doing. And maybe that something simple that you're not doing is reaching out for help when you need it. And with all of these swords, it's just like not having a conversation that you need to have. And that's, I think, what like this Two of Swords and this Three of Cups is talking about. Also with this Seven of Wands, I feel like someone wants to be able to say that they did it all on their own, maybe for some reason. But it's like that ain't working. And this needs to get done. So yeah, reach out. Taurus rising. If you're a Taurus rising, people might just straight up think you're a Taurus because you're so stubborn and stuck sometimes. But it's like you obviously need some help. So reach out. Maybe that's why my professor emailed me. Because he was like, hey, I haven't heard from you in like a month. Is everything all right? Like, feel free to ask us for help if you need it. And I was like, yeah, everything's fine. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Gemini. And man, I'm going to try to keep this quick. I honestly don't know what I was thinking when I did this. I really don't know what I was thinking. Like, I don't know how long I thought this would take. I was like, I'm going to run through all 12 signs. And I'm going to do Sun, Moon, and Rising for all 12 signs. Okay. Yeah, so we're definitely going to stop after Gemini today. And I'm going to break these up. I might do the other ones. I might just do it like as an unlisted live and then upload it. Or I'll just go live and then people can come in if they want to come in. But it's like a whole like hour of me just like talking to myself. Unless you got some Gemini in your chart. If you got Gemini in your chart, holla. No one? Okay, great. Alright, so Gemini Sun. I'm going to be looking for the Knight of Swords. Right? Yes. Okay. Starting with the Three of Cups in reverse. Oof. But I'm turning it up right. Looking for that. Ooh, the Lovers is upright though. So, and the Emperor is upright. So Gemini Sun, You are definitely in yo energy. It's like I'm looking, but I'm not looking. I've seen this Knight of Swords like every time, so I definitely know what this looks like. And it seems like he is definitely chilling at the bottom of the deck right now. Oh, here he is. Okay, nice. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, and there's the Daddy of Pentacles. Oh. Okay, this is interesting. And then left at the bottom is the Princess of Swords, which is Page of Swords energy. So we have the Three of Cups, the Princess of Swords. Left at the top of the pile, the top of the before pile is the King of Wands in reverse. The Daddy of Wands, that's Nature Daddy. He ain't got no shoes on. He got his like little walking cane. He looking real scraggly. Not scraggly, but you know, strong man, nature man, wild man. So this is the battle of Nature Daddy versus the Daddy of Pentacles. The Daddy of Wands versus the Daddy of Pentacles. This is interesting though. Like, oh, I want to take the bottom card this time. Oof, and the bottom card is Transformation. Okay. So, Gemini, it may be time to buckle down. It may be time to buckle down, Gemini. It's time to sit down. And it's time to... So the cards that came out are the Magician, the Knight of Swords, of course, and then the Two of Wands. So between the Two of Wands and the Magician, with this Three of Cups up here and this Princess of Swords down here, and with this Transformation energy, Transformation is the card that came out. That's the Oracle card. This speaks to Metamorphosis, Synchronicity, and the Unexpected. I feel like Transformation came out for Taurus Sun, and like, whoa, no one is going to expect Taurus Sun to do this. Gemini Sun, like, you're in the same boat. I don't think anyone's necessarily going to expect you to like settle down or to slow down long enough to really do one thing. But with Coin Daddy upright, oof, and under Coin Daddy is the Hierophant. That's interesting. Coin Daddy and the Hierophant. But with Coin Daddy upright and Nature Daddy in reverse, under Nature Daddy is this Four of Cups in reverse. Yeah. I feel like this is like it's time to buckle down, Gemini. It's time to play for the long term instead of the right now. If you are a Gemini with prominent Scorpio in your chart, or if you have like if your 8th house is popping, it might be time to go for something with a little bit more substance rather than something that's a little bit more sensational. If you get my drift. And with this Princess of Swords up here, like you may be the type of person that like parties hard. And then like with this Three of Cups and this Princess of Swords, I feel like you realize that this isn't sustainable. Like you can only go to the hospital and get your stomach pumped so many times. You can only have so many like close calls with like taking too much of a substance before you have to like really step back and be like, what is going on? But I want to pull some of these because between the Two of Wands and the Magician, maybe this is just you like actually taking the steps. This is like AA, right? It's like you have I don't want to say a problem, but it's like you have a problem and you know what one of the solutions is. You know who to go to help you out. And so I feel like this is all about sort of like doing that. Three of Swords and the Hangman in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, now I'm done. So you have Three of Swords upright, followed by the Hangman in reverse, the Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Hierophant in reverse. So something is definitely not sustainable. something for you, Gemini Sun, is not sustainable. And I feel like you've been in this space of wanting something better, wanting something new. And in order for you to get that something new, it's time for you to change. And that's why we're going from this King of Wands to this King of Pentacles. And Gemini is definitely a lot closer to the flame than the earth. Typically. Stereotypical Gemini energy. Because not all Geminis. Hashtag. But yeah, I feel like for you, Gemini Sun, if you know that things aren't working out or if things aren't going the way that you want them to, it's time for you to step up and it's time for you to make a change. There isn't an emperor here, but we have two kings. So you might as well say the emperor is here. It's time for you to like get on that ish and do what you know you need to do. All right, that's what I got for you, Gemini Sun. I got a feeling like, was this a good idea? I hope at least. Okay, well, I think. Did you say you had? You said you had Zoda. You said you had Aquarius, Virgo, and I know you have a lot of Leo. I could just scroll up really quick because I was like, I hope you get something because I'm only doing these top 3 right now. But yeah, okay. All right, let's keep going. Ooh, so we have the 6 of Wands and the 6 of Cups at the cut. Now it's the moon. So the 6 of Cups was upright, but then it revealed itself to be the moon in reverse. So if something is coming back from the past and it's looking like you're going to get a victory and then things fall apart, yeah, that's probably why. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't necessarily go for it. I am a huge component of us living our lives. Even when it plays out that the cards were right in the end. That kind of hit me. I'm like, wow, I saw this in the cards like 2 months ago, 3 months ago, and I didn't take a picture of it then. The Magician just came out in reverse. Oof. It's like, why would you manifest that? I don't know if that's a question. Okay. So, Strength, upright. First card out. Love that. Followed by the Hangman, but we're not taking the Hangman. And I am looking for the Lovers, because this is Gemini Moon. Looking for the Flamingos. Does anyone know how to do flamenco? A little salsa, a little samba, a little, what is it? Bachata? What is that? Looking for the lovers. Looking for the lovers. The lovers. The lovers. Ooh, Death is upright. Come on. Oh my gosh. I promise. I promise. The lovers was literally the last card. Literally the last card. So, Max. Oh. That is not great. That is not great. I'm glad I sent him a message. And he's been on my mind for a minute. How am I going to do this? 1 second. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Interesting times we live in. And it's so interesting that I literally just came out of a hermit because I was spreading my energy a little too thin. But it's fine. Because I can do what I need to do for me and still be there for the people in my life. I have that luxury. So that's nice. I don't know what I'm going to do about the last card. And I don't know what I'm going to do about the first card. We're not going to do anything. Okay. So the card you have left is the moon. Oh, this is clarification right here. Gemini moon, you don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's going on. All I know is you want something new and you can make it happen. So, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm interested. Ooh, harmonic resolution. I'm not going to take it, but I just wanted to know what card caused those to do that. Okay, so then I'm going to take this card, and we have the Guardians. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, so the Guardians, shielding, defense, and warning, number 37. You have the Guardians. You see that moon up there. You see this moon right here. Like literally the same moon. Literally. So if you are a Gemini moon, find another reading. Because I can't tell you what to do. If you're a Gemini moon, I'm going to say like what you're doing is exactly what I think that what you're doing is exactly what you should be doing. Because we have the Strength card, which was the top of the first card out. And then we have this Ace of Pentacles, followed by the Lovers. And like I said, the Lovers was literally the last card. So it's like Gemini Moon, you are on top of it, but also you're in the depths of it at the same time. Because technically that was the top of the deck, but I flipped the deck over. And so maybe you were on top of a situation, maybe you came upon a tower moment, maybe you're just like shook right now, and now you find yourself on the bottom. And with this Ace of Pentacles and the Guardians card, 37 is a 10, which is all about new beginnings after something else, right? And so I feel like you're definitely protected right now. So I'm going to say if you are a Gemini moon and there's something that you want to do, I feel like with the moon and Guardians, there's definitely this element of divine insight that came in. And maybe it's this divine insight that gave you this new idea to work on and work towards. And like you don't know if you could do it, but you have the Strength card and Guardians. So I feel like you're definitely protected in this time, and I feel like if you've been given an idea, you wouldn't have gotten it if you couldn't accomplish it. And so my advice to you, Gemini Moon, is to get in contact with your spiritual team and, you know, your angels, God, the universe, ancestors, whatever you have. I would say go to them. And I think they're going to give you more information, and they're going to give you the strength, and then they may also send people into your life that will help you get to where you're going. But I'm not going to pull anything else because I got the moon and I got the Guardians. And I'm the type of person sometimes, if the cards are telling me they don't need to know, then if the cards are telling me that I don't need to know, then I don't pull anymore. And I feel like the moon and Guardians, like this, like Guardians popped up with this moon. Like I definitely don't need to know. This ain't none of my business. But you have strength and you have the Ace of Pentacles. So you got this, Gemini Moon. Whatever it is, you got it. That's interesting. I love that. Oh, man. See, I don't be trying to get in trouble. I feel like there are some times when there are some situations where we're not supposed to know anything because I feel like the discovery process is sacred. And it's like when we come to a fork in the road, sometimes it's important for us to not have any knowledge of the left path or the right path, because what's most important in that situation is the decision that we make. And to get any insight on that decision is to like ruin the purpose of it. So Gemini Moon, you may be coming up on something significant in your life. Like the Ace of Pentacles did come out, and the Ace of Pentacles holds within it the potential to create a new reality. The Ace of Pentacles is the seed for the world. But just like a seed, you have to tend to it. So that's that. I feel like Gemini Moon, there's definitely something major I wouldn't encourage you to seek out other readers, but if you're going to seek out other readers, you're going to seek out other readers. And then literally at the cut is the hangman in the world, right? The hangman in the world. So, yeah, that's on you. I'm not going to get in trouble, so, hey. Okay, Gemini rising. And then I'm going to do something fun because I took way too long. So, I'm sorry. Why am I apologizing? I don't know. Okay. First card, Three of Wands. No, is this the Three of Pentacles? This is a Three of Pentacles, but why do it look like wands in there? Why? Three of Pentacles, partnership, Gemini moon. Okay, followed by the Queen of Wands upright. I love that. I'm looking for the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Oh, there you are. Nice. So we will take this, and we will take this. Ooh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Card at the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Wands. This is interesting. So, Gemini rising. So, top of the deck, Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. This is definitely, and remember how I said that these pentacles almost look like wands? So this could be a partnership, something very lucrative for you that you also like really want. I feel like you're really excited about this with this Ace of Wands energy. Like this is a maybe like you're working on something creative, and like the people that you wanted to collaborate with agreed to collaborate with you. And with the Three of Pentacles and the Wands, there's almost this energy of like someone is as excited to work with you as you are to work with them. Gemini rising. Gemini rising is all I'm gonna say for the energy on the table, because I'm like, is this good? Is this bad? Like, what is happening? Like, what is happening right now? So the before pile. At the top of the before pile is the Tower in reverse. At the top of the after pile is the Two of Cups. And then the cards that came out around the Eight of Swords, we have the Hermit, Eight of Swords, and then I'll try to remember, the Five of Swords. So now I'm confused. Based on the overall, like based on the energy sort of like encapsulating the situation, the top and the bottom, I feel like there's somebody that you want to work with in some kind of way. And then a little bit closer, you have this Tower moment in reverse and this Two of Cups. So maybe the reason why you want to work with this person so badly is because when you went through a Tower moment, they were by your side. And maybe that's why you're at this Two of Cups. Let's see, Oracle card, boom. I'm going to pull both of these because this one tried to slide out. Man, this card has been hot tonight. I promise I'm not picking... Oh, just kidding. I thought this was transformation again. It's not. So you have empowerment, grounded, strength, and stamina, number 13. And then you also have majestic eminence. Ooh, priestess, divine feminine, and worth, 27. Love that. Let's see. Y'all see those? Kind of, sort of. Majestic eminence and empowerment. So, yeah. I think this could be an actual person. This could be a deepening of your spiritual connection. And I say spiritual connection because empowerment and majestic eminence, and then also there's this hermit right here. And then there's this Tower moment that happened. But if this is a person, if this is a situation, it's like you went through this very difficult moment in your life, the Tower moment. You went through, okay, welcome back, Zelda. You went through a Tower moment. And in going through that tower moment, you were able to deeply connect with something on a very, very, very deep level. You are able to deeply connect on a deep level. I'm a wordsmith. Call me William. Call me Beer Shakespeare. But yeah, it's like you go through this tower moment. Somebody or something is there for you in a way that no one has ever been there for you. Ooh, I know a Gemini rising. No, she's a Gemini moon. Oh, that's accurate. She's a Sag rising. Do I know a Gemini rising? I feel like I do. I'm sorry, give me 1 second. I know this is extremely rude. Oh, girl, gosh, I don't even know what to say. I'm so sorry. I'm glad I said something, but that is rough. Okay, so no, and no, and nope, and nope. Ooh, Libra rising, and nope, and yes, I knew somebody who was a Gemini rising. Oh, 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 okay. All right, so we're gonna flip this and reverse this a little bit. You know, one Gemini. Gemini sons are actually some of my favorite people. I love talking to Geminis. Um, I've crushed on a few Geminis, not gonna lie, because they're just so like intellectually stimulating. I'm like, oh, okay, this is interesting. I like this. I like this. See, I don't want to base this around that one person though. Let's see. We have the Five of Wands and the Eight of Swords in reverse. Five of Wands upright, Eight of Swords in reverse. At the cut, I'm only going to take something if it falls out. I'm going to give it 3. Oof, and nothing came out. Okay, but at the bottom of the deck is the Sun card in reverse. So, Gemini rising. Oh, I forgot to pick him up. The Son of Pentacles was left on the bottom of the deck. Alright, the Son of Pentacles was left on the table in reverse when I picked up all the other cards. So, I feel like I'm only reading these upright though. And that may have been my mistake. Okay, so I'm going to make this a little bit more general. There's a tower moment. Something happened in your life. And when that thing happened, you started looking at someone in a way that you didn't look at them before. And I feel like you're really wanting to work with this person. And now you're in this space of self-evaluation with the Hermit and the Five of Swords. Yes, I love that. I love that. That's general enough. That is general enough. So yeah, you are currently in this space of deep internal reflection, looking at your own behaviors maybe, and trying to mentally align yourself with whatever desired outcome you want. And then we have empowerment and majestic emanation. Priestess worth, empowerment, and majestic emanation. It's funny that like the priestess, the divine feminine, and worth came out. So maybe you know that Mulan song, like a girl worth fighting for? Like that's just what came to my mind because I'm looking at the Five of Swords, and then this worth is right next to it. Something worth fighting for. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna try to do this as best I can. Tower moment happens. Something shifts the course or direction of your life or impacts you in a very significant way. Because of that shifting, you look at someone and you value them a little bit more than you did. Now, you really want to work with that person in some kind of way. But you know that you're going to have to change in some way to make this work. And so you are seeing the worth in someone else because of what happened. And you know that to get things to line up, you're going to have to like make some changes. Something within you is going to have to change. And so you go inside, and while you're going inside and you're reflecting and you are making all of the adjustments that you need to make, you also step into the space of empowering yourself, because in trying to make yourself better, to make you worthy of this other thing, you find your own worth. Gemini rising, y'all got my head hurting. Yeah, because I know the one that I know has also been through a lot. And that's why I was like, oh, yeah. But my advice would be to keep on doing it. And it's funny that we're looking at, like, we're using the 8 of Swords to clarify. 8, 9, 10 is Gemini rising, so I use the 8. But yeah, so that's everything I have. Now I want to do something a little bit fun-ish. Because I feel like this was really long. Never say never. So this is an hour and 32 minutes long. It took me an hour and a half to work through 3 signs, which is accurate because that was kind of sort of 9 signs. Right. So what am I going to do? I have these cards. I'm going to do piles. I'm going to do 3 piles. And so I'll pick a number 1, 2, or 3. Oh, I do want to grab. I do have some things to grab. And so if you love crystals, let's see, what 3 do I have? Oh, what is this? Oops. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, I have my selenite ball. I'm going to keep my selenite ball in my pocket now. But I'm going to use these. I think this is red jasper, green aventurine, and amethyst. So green aventurine is the first one that caught my eye. So for number 1, we're going to use this green aventurine. Number 2 is going to be this red carnelian, actually. This red carnelian. You can't even see it. And then for number 3, I'm going to use the amethyst. And then I have the selenite ball in my pocket because I accidentally knocked the stand over and it almost rolled over. Okay, so let's see. This will be an interesting part. So I'll say, like, pick a cards starting at 1:30. Da, 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 da. I don't know why I'm pulling 3 tarot cards. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I just did 3 cards. So there's going to be 3 tarots, 1 oracle. Ooh, we'll do 2 first. Da 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 Okay, yeah, I don't know why I did that. As if that would fit. Ooh. I do. I'll just put those up there. Then I'm going to get 1 of these. I'll pull from the bottom. Ooh. Okay. All right. Interesting. I'm going to put these back here. Give me 1 moment. I have not yet, Zelda. Honestly. 1 moment while I pull this. I know you said you had uploaded a video one day. And I was going to go watch it, but then I forgot. Because I'll be on here for so long. Let's see. I just want to make sure. Red carnelian. It was red jasper. I'm dumb. I said it right the first time. So red jasper is the root. Green aventurine is the heart. And then the amethyst deals with the third eye. Is it actually on here? It is. But that's not the amethyst that it came with. I have 2 amethyst crystals. That's interesting. Okay. So I'm going to start with pile number 1. Pile number 1, the green aventurine is with the heart, and then the card sitting on top is the Son of Cups upright. And in this deck in particular, the Son of Cups is very this is Scorpio energy, because he's very alluring and very kind, but there's something that he hides within the depths of his cup. There's a kernel of darkness here. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's harmonic resolution. So number 19, negativity, anger, and transmutation. So maybe you're just an angry person. Maybe you have a lot of anger, and maybe a lot of that anger is what is blocking the heart chakra. But this is saying that there's going to be a harmonic resolution. Then I have 8 of Wands upright, the World in reverse, and the 8 of Cups upright. So you have the World in reverse sitting in between 2 8s, which is interesting. So I feel like once you put everything... Oh, this will be real quick. Once you put everything from the past behind you, I feel like you're swiftly going to come into this. I feel like you are swiftly approaching the end of the world. You're swiftly approaching the end of the line, where you've done all that you can do the way you are now. And for you to proceed any further is going to require you to walk away from some things from the past. But there might be some great difficulty here. There's a lot of negativity and a lot of anger within this person who is seemingly very happy. But yeah, it's just like you can't go any further until you heal it. The world is in reverse, and it's not going to go up right. So there's some deep emotional healing that needs to happen if you chose green aventurine. Maybe get a rose quartz for the heart, or a green aventurine. So next, red jasper. We have 5 of Wands upright. Somebody is definitely... I feel like there's a lot of confusion here. And you have transformation. Of course, 41, metamorphosis, synchronicity, and the unexpected. Again. How many times have we seen her tonight? Maybe you're going through a process of a lot of transformation. We have death in reverse. Oof, maybe you're fighting this transformation. The Knight of Wands in reverse. And the Nine of Wands in reverse. Okay. So I feel like for this one, there's a lot of transformation that needs to happen on a very, very, very foundational level. The root is here, and the root can be tied to your sense of innocence. All right, no problem, Zelda. Have a good one, and I hope you don't have to work too hard. But yeah, there's just like, I feel like there's a lot of confusion. And so maybe that's why it's almost like you don't even know where to start. But the unexpected. This is interesting. I feel like I need a clarifier. No, I don't need a clarifier. Okay. So if you chose the red jasper, pile 2, this is related to the root. Our very sense of, it's like the earth out of which everything grows. And so there's just like a lack of focus here. Confusion with this 5 of Wands. But transformation came out. It's interesting because transformation came out, but death came out in reverse. Followed by the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Nine of Wands in reverse, which is the 10 of Wands in reverse. So I feel like there's this energy of like you're going for the biggest things first. That's what this is. Okay. Because it's like you had 10 wands, but you took one out. And with the 10 of Wands in reverse, I'm feeling that's like you kind of sort of reached a breaking point. And so now like this is almost the energy of like anybody can get it. Like I just heard like anybody can get it. Like I'm looking at this 9 of Wands in reverse and I feel like she's hyper defensive. Oh, okay. I feel like she's hyper defensive right now. And so you may just be like cutting off stuff left and right. And I don't know, this is so deep. I feel like it is, but it isn't. I guess I would say like look and think before you act if you chose pile 2. Because there is this great need for transformation in your life on a very, very, very foundational level. But it almost seems like the things that you are transforming, like they're not helping. And it's like the things that you're not transforming are the ones that you actually need to change. Okay. So between the Knight of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Wands in reverse, I feel like it's misguided. It's misguided. 5 of Wands. Okay. I was like, there's no focus. Like, there's confusion. It's misguided. And that's why I feel like you're not necessarily progressing in the ways that you should be. Because I think it's like the transformation that you're doing, you're not going deep enough to change it. I feel like you're making these changes in your life from a space where you are still foundationally hurt. And so you're cutting things out, you're making these decisions based on the hurt and the pain. And so you are reinforcing the hurt and pain because you continue to act out of it. And what you need to be doing is healing that and then proceeding accordingly. And that's why there's this hyper defensive energy. Okay, I got it. All right, that's it. Then for the amethyst, I have the third eye. Has this cleared up any? It has there. I think this is about as clear as it was before. What is that? Yeah, so amethyst. You have the Eight of Wands in reverse. Eight of Wands sometimes can be divine communication. Oh, I was like, hello? I was like, I know I dealt out more than one card. Ooh. Okay, I usually read these upright, but I'm actually going to read this one in reverse because I feel like it makes sense with this Eight of Wands in reverse. So the card that came out is Trust in reverse. I'm holding it upright so you can see it. And so I can read it. So this is Overcoming Doubts, Insecurities, and Patience. This is number 42. 42 speaks to an element of death because Japanese. And then the cards you have are the Four of Swords in reverse. Oops. The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And the Hanged Man in reverse. This is interesting. Okay, so this is going to be another quick one. And it's interesting that ooh, wait. Okay, if I hold it up to the light, it's actually a little bit clearer than I thought it was. Huh. That's interesting. But this is a darker amethyst, right? Amethyst lightens up as it works. And so it's like, I feel like there's this element of communication that's happening. It's almost like you're asking questions and you're getting... Hold on, wait. Did I say this was in reverse? Was this in reverse? Or did I just put this up right? I don't know if this was upright or in reverse. I feel like I know I said it was in reverse. But now it's upright. But trust is still in reverse. So I feel like you made this plea. And you got an answer. And you already know what to do. Either you got an answer or you already know what to do. And that's why this was originally in reverse. I think you don't realize and recognize that the answer that you received is legitimate. And maybe you're still seeking confirmation. And that's why like it went from reverse to upright. It's like, you got the information that you were supposed to get, but you are not following through with it. You're not seeing it clearly, or you're still looking for confirmation. And a lot of times, and sometimes, and when we look for confirmation, we're looking for a different answer. So if you don't like the answer that you received and that's why you're not trusting it, it's like with this hangman in reverse. Is this the hanged woman? It is. With this hanged woman. I was like, because that's a woman. With this hanged woman in reverse, and with the Four of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, I feel like, but definitely with this, I feel like with these two for sure, I feel like this is the energy of you moving when you should be still. And since you're moving when you should be still, that's giving you the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. That's what's going to be, it's going to lead to you wasting effort. Because what you're doing, you're not supposed to be. All right, so there we go. This was extremely long. I don't know why I made it longer by slapping on a picker card at the end of it. But I think I am going to wait until I see myself put the cards down on this screen to shut this down because I don't want to cut it out. And so when I'm looking at the camera, just lying here, then I'll know. As soon as I put my finger to my mouth. There's like this 30-second delay. Hello? But anyway, I hope you have a lovely evening. There we go. All right, I'm going to cut it off here. I don't even know if you're going to hear this. If you're going to hear this, that was funny. If not, oh well. Have a great one. Bye.